What's going on, you lovely gospel gangsters out there? It's your big boy Aaron J to the C, and welcome to another video on Axios Media. And today we're going to do something that we're going to comment and review and to talk about it a lot. And before we even continue, I hope you guys enjoy my green screen that's right behind me. I just installed it like last night and I'm so excited to give it a shot and to test it out. I didn't know where to put my video, so I think I'm putting it on the bottom left side. So just trying it out to see if it does any justice and if it does any better or not. But I'm very excited to try my new equipment out, and I got a new mic stand here that mic arm here that really helps me, so I don't have to hold the mic right at my mouth and you don't have to see some ugly stuff behind me. So it's a clear video right now. I hope everything's running well. Thank you guys so much for your wonderful support in everything that you do. I've taken a couple of comments in some of the videos that you have mention, and I'm very happy to know that you guys want me to improve and you guys want me to do better. So I've taken every comment in every video and I've really put it into good use, and I hope that you guys are very patient with me, and I hope that you guys really tune in and watch more videos so that we can create a community that will love each other, and not only that, that will support each other no matter what. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the video, and we're going to review one of the biggest games on the market that's gotten quite famous, and that is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, this game for the past 1 week already has been getting a lot of hate. Sorry about this, people are like messaging me online. Okay, anyway, we're gonna have a look at some things that don't make sense, and something that hopefully becomes a lot better in the upcoming time to come, because the Suicide Squad, in the trailer itself that I watched, was pretty awesome. They made Batman look completely terrifying, and you think Batman as a superhero is scary? Wait until you play Batman as a villain. I mean, Batman, getting a brainwash and manipulated by Brainiac is just completely terrifying. Batman in this game is so terrifying. I literally had to like turn on my lights just to feel like I'm like not being watched by Batman, like I'm not in the dark. But it's really awesome to see that they made a game that, like, it's not your average like superheroes winning. It's more like the villains killing the heroes. And if you really hate the Justice League that much, this game is for you. But we're gonna look at some of the things that people really hate about this game. Like example, this one by Penguin O. Suicide Squad game isn't great. That's what his title on this video is. We're gonna have a review it, and let's have a look at some of the other things that really depicts this game as a trash game. Okay, let's have a look in 3, 2, 1, boom.
The Suicide Squad game just released, and man, has it run into some big issues. From the cluttered heads-up display on show and early previews, to launch problems, it's definitely become the subject of millions of memes. After all, the premise of the game itself is super intriguing. You work as a team of DC villains to kill the Justice League, some of the most beloved characters in the history of entertainment.
Yeah.
And the developers of the game, Rocksteady, are responsible for creating what many argue to be the best Batman games of all time. So when it was
Sorry, I had to pause there just to talk about this. The company that made this Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is Rocksteady. They are known for creating the greatest Batman games in history. I mean, literally, Batman Arkham Asylum was amazing. Batman Arkham City was beautiful, was freaking awesome. Arkham Origins was not created by Rocksteady. Instead, it was done by Warner Brothers Games Montreal. But instead, it took inspiration from the other two previous games, and Arkham Knight was the peak of its time. When this came out in 2014, around that time, it was literally the greatest Batman game ever. It was so great. We got to see a glimpse of Batman being so aggressive, seeing the downfall of Batman and how he got exposed to the people, and how we get to drive the Batmobile. This was literally amazing. Arkham Asylum games and the Arkham games are just literally awesome. It was so great, and we also thought that Suicide Squad will be great as well. But then some things happened, and Rocksteady is taking a bit of a hit. Let's have a look.
So when it was made clear Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League would be an always online live service, it certainly ruffled a few feathers and raised red flags, and things would only get wackier from there. IGN famously came out and said they weren't a huge fan of the way the preview was looking before full release, hoping that Rocksteady would improve a few features before their game was fully cooked in the oven, and were denied review codes for their troubles. Plus, with the early launch of the deluxe version of the game, spoilers have been consistently uploaded to the internet, and as it turns out, many people have a huge problem with a certain scene involving Batman. I won't tell you what happens, as you can look it up for yourself, but it's a pretty huge plot point. Speaking of the early launch, those who bought the deluxe edition found themselves unable to access the game an hour after takeoff, as Rocksteady pulled down the servers. It turns out a game-breaking bug greeted new players, which showed full story completion upon logging in for the first time. Plus, when the DLC for the new Joker was revealed, many kind of went off the deep end as it looks so different to Mark Hamill's famous rendition. However, it is not all doom and gloom. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is being applauded for its more player-friendly approach to existing as a live service. Battle Pass content does not need to be completed within a set time frame to be unlocked, and can be revisited instead of players missing out on cool items. Considering it hasn't fully released yet, it's still entirely possible this game could be great, and that all its problems are simply teething issues. However, always online live service games have definitely become something of a blight on the gaming industry, with their endless loot boxes and microtransactions,
$100
especially
for the
when
game?
gamers pay
Really?
full price for a product and then get told that they have to pay more just to have fun. In short, if Rocksteady pulls this off and Kill the Justice League receives favourable reviews, perhaps we will see a shift in the way the genre is represented, which would be incredible, but for now it is not looking likely. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next?
Okay, that was about the end of the video, but let me be very honest with you. There was one part a lot of people were very upset, and that was this part where, you know, the part of Batman right here. So we're going to react to one by Asmon Gold, and we're going to have a look and see if he actually is happy with this. Okay, let's have a look at this one right now.
Spoiler alert. Alert, spoilers. This is a spoiler. You have now been alerted. This is the ending scene. All right, I haven't seen it. I actually didn't watch it. I know probably.
Okay, I just want to let you guys know, if you guys get pissed off at this, I can understand. The gameplay, a lot of people say it's kind of okay. The storyline is not bad. I think I like the storyline, but the way they did this was, I can understand from my perspective, because I'm a huge fan of Batman, and when I played this game with my friend, it was quite okay. The gameplay was quite fine. The graphics, I mean, compared to Arkham Knight, it was a bit different. Like, it kind of reminds me of Fortnite gameplay, but when I played this game, just the Batman part, I think I can understand why a lot of people are mad at this, because if you're a fan of Batman, and if you really wanted Batman to go off in a very sad way, or in a very honorable way, this would be the most downgrading way you can ever do to Batman, especially for Kevin Conroy. Oh, sorry, because this was Kevin Conroy's last voice acting as Batman before he passed away. And let's just have a look and see what Osman Gold and everybody thinks about this.
Probably what's going to happen, but I didn't see it.
You know, Joker used to be real good at hurting people with words. But you, boop. Even when you're evil, you're still too good.
Batman's being hypnotized, if anybody of you don't know this.
Flying around Gotham, punching bad guys, cleaning up the
Batman
streets,
fell down. He's
causing
too weak.
long-term mental and emotional
Yeah,
damage to everyone
I love
you
the
know.
suit on Batman here. He looks pretty awesome. I hate the artwork they did to the face of Batman. It doesn't look like the previous Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Me at the end, Hobbits.
Are we done with your bad stand-up routine?
You see, this was Kevin Conroy's last voice acting as Batman. The fact that Rocksteady took something like... I mean, I love the suit. The suit looks fantastic. The Bruce Wayne itself... I mean, if you were to see Batman without the mask, you would be a bit upset, because he doesn't look quite good looking. He just looks horrible compared to the Batman from, you know, the Arkham Knight series and Arkham Asylum series. He looks pretty good. But this one was just a bit, you know, questionable. But the voice acting is amazing. I miss Kevin Conroy's voice acting, but this is just horrible.
Almost. But you always gotta end on your best joke.
Yeah, this one pissed me off a lot.
You mean he didn't have a bulletproof mask?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I mean, Batman spent millions and billions of dollars on his suit to be bulletproof against enemies, and literally he dies to a gunshot into the head. And the worst part is he dies to one of the worst villains ever, Harley Quinn. See? This pissed a lot of people, and I can understand why. Even he's
That's
thinking to
it.
himself what happened.
People are not happy about it. If I
Yeah.
look at the original video, it now has 20 million
Dude,
views.
what?
And if you look at the amount
People
of people talking
really
about, people are
hated
very,
this, huh?
very unhappy about this. They think that it's disrespectful to Batman.
Exactly.
That was Kevin Conroy's last voice acting as Batman. Just sucks to see him go out like that. I mean, I think that it must be disappointing for the fans. Like, I got roasted like crazy on Twitter because I thought that first voice line that I heard in the trailer, like I said it didn't sound like Batman. People like went in on me about that.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Oh, that is definitely Kevin Conroy.
That
Is
sounds
him.
like Batman to me.
If you watched Batman the Animated Series from the 90s up until all the kind of Kevin Conroy's Batman movies and clips for today, until when he passed on, I mean, you would definitely recognize that voice. That voice is so recognizable all over the world, and the fact that, sorry Osman Gold, that you didn't know is just disrespectful too, but it's okay, we'll let that slide, because it's very difficult if you're not a Batman fan, so it's alright.
To be fair, whoever mixed the trailer also did an absolute dog shit job.
And so, like, I didn't realize how passionate
Damn.
people were about this. And so, like, now that I see that, like, yeah, this must be really disappointing for them to see. This is how Arkham Batman goes out and Kevin Conroy's last words of him. Wasting Kevin Conroy's last performance like this just sucks bad. Why do so many companies insist on shitting on their own legacy? You know why I think that companies insist on shitting on their own legacy? This is my opinion. I think it's the ego of the writers to think that they can do a better job than the people that came before them that wrote the games that they're basing their career off of. So it's like they want to kill off the old characters so they can then make their characters the main story, because and like I get
It's
it,
true.
right? It's like you don't want to kind of ride somebody else's horse, but I would even argue that like if you don't want to ride somebody else's horse, you don't want to carry on that legacy, then why the fuck are you working at a company that makes video games about Batman?
Yeah, true. I mean, I will agree with him on this one. I mean, we're talking about a Batman game that was like very much loved by a lot of people. I mean, I'm not here trying to make Rocksteady look horrible, because they did a bad job already. But the one thing I dislike about it is that, yeah, they turned Kevin Conroy into like some kind of a replacement. Like, I understand that there are many different types of voice actors that play Batman and play Joker. Mark Hamill is the greatest Joker voice ever. But in order for you to understand what I'm trying to say, if Kevin Conroy were to go out, I mean, if this was going to be his last farewell, his final curtain call, I think they could have done it a little bit better. Like, come on, it is disrespectful, because Kevin Conroy, many years, have done great voice acting as Batman and other characters, and the fact that you made him go out to be like that, and the worst part, you made him get killed off by one of the worst villains ever, Harley Quinn. Like, dude, what? There are many instances when Harley Quinn was a horrible villain. Like, she could not outsmart Batman. And Batman being Batman, like, this is how you treat him? Like, you couldn't at least let him get killed by someone much greater? Like, if Batman got killed by Brainiac, fine. Or got killed by someone stronger, then like an alien, it's okay. But getting killed by a gunshot to the head? Like, really? If you really wanted Batman to die, and then if you want to like kill off a legacy and start a new one, at least let him go out in a blazing glory. Like, this is just so sad to see that a famous, well-loved voice actor got killed off by a very bad villain, and got played off by a very bad storyline, and got, you know, replaced by a very horrible way. It's just horrible. If you really want to kill off a legacy, at least do it respectfully, okay? Oh man, I miss Kevin Conroy. There will never be another actor like him. Let's watch this last video, and maybe this last one. Who knows if we can before we head off to the next. This is from IGN, by the way. I don't know what this scene is, but this is just
The
weird.
best part of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League after playing it for a few hours is the story, and yes, it certainly seems like you will be killing characters you know and love.
Hey, your face always looks so... what?
Lots of death happening here. That's also a big part of the problem I have with the entire premise. I can't help but shake that there's no way Rocksteady is going to let any of this stick. Our heroes have done terrible things. There will be a time reversal mechanic or some alternate Earth timeline that comes along and washes away all of the terrible awfulness that happens during the story. From enslaving a child form of poison ivy to straight up watching your heroes murder people, there's a lot here to make you feel a bit uncomfortable about the journey you're being taken on.
Daphne's hungry.
I did it, okay? I put the bloody bomb in her head ages ago.
What?
And when you pair this disconnect with game mechanics straight out of the likes of Destiny, Anthem, or Marvel's Avengers,
they take a lot of
I'm left
inspiration from
worried about
other
the final
games, so yeah,
product
I can
coming
understand why
together
people
in a
were
way
mad
that
about
works.
this.
The fun just wasn't there for me. At least, not yet. Let me explain in more detail. The story has its fun moments, yes, and the team banter, at least during the cutscenes, is when Kill the Justice League is at its best.
Awesome.
Aw, he's so sweet. He's not gonna make it.
The cutscenes have clearly been given a lot of love. Meanwhile, the character models look great, the voice acting is on point, and there are a lot of moments where I genuinely laugh thinking this could be enough to carry me.
This kind of looks like Fortnite right now. I mean, if this was a genuine game, look how much there is on the screen. I mean, I'm blocking a little bit from my side, but look how much there is on the screen. There's like a health bar up there. There's like another thing on the right side, on the top left as well, and there's another thing in like on the right side, on the like the middle section there. There's a lot of things going on here. It takes up like 90% of the screen, and if there was an enemy right beside it, it gets blocked off by one of these designs. So I'm like, what's going on, man?
Me through the messy and tired open world missions. While they could reverse time to fix the morality issues at play, chances are that will be difficult given the planned expansions, story additions, and gear chases coming later in the form of free updates. That means we'll be stuck with the terrible things that transpire, and if the name sticks, stuck with a dead Justice League. At one point, the team puts a bomb in the head of Poison Ivy, who just happens to be a child. But hey, they punch Boomerang for putting a bomb in her head. So let's move on from that whole enslaving a child thing. I get it's Poison Ivy and this is kind of Waller's thing, but I'm using it to illustrate a point. All of these things in one package feels like an odd mix.
Yeah.
Rocksteady had a winning formula with the Batman games,
the Arkham
and
Knight
is
was
trying to write a
fantastic.
completely new book. But so far, lightning is not in this bottle. A live service game from Rocksteady is not what I had on my wish list this year. The team is single-handedly responsible for making some of the best combat I have ever experienced.
Yep.
The Predator sections in the Arkham series also allowed you to tackle them with stealth or brute force, adding further flavor and variety to Bruce Wayne's vigilantism. To this day, in fact, you can find ridiculous takedown montages on YouTube and TikTok for Batman Arkham Knight. Unfortunately for Suicide Squad, once the fun story bits end, you're left with a much less inspired combat system, and an open world that's filled with tedious tasks that are more about grinding through traditional tropes like point defense or collect the material and turn it in. There are shining moments with the combat, such as the powerful feeling of takedowns, and there does seem to be some depth to the build variety, but you'll do it surrounded by teammates who won't shut up with their quips, which quickly becomes annoying.
Feels good to be an ape.
Wow.
Might look chill, but that's just my UX design.
Sometimes it's to the point that you'll get 2 to 3 lines of dialogue overlapping while you're just waiting for your crew at a checkpoint. And when the combat does start, it has its fun moments, but it also has weird issues like long animations to regen your shield, or you'll get knocked out of an animation for unclear reasons. I thought it was just me, but it also happens in this provided footage straight from WB. While we have this provided boss fight footage against the Flash to reference, I just want to mention that I found this fight incredibly annoying. There's no indication of where the Flash is most times, and he's the Scarlet Speedster, so he's just constantly zipping around the map. That didn't make the fight hard, it just made it frustrating. You get a handful of shots on him before he teleports to the next location, so you're just trying to chase him down or catch him standing in one spot long enough to get hits in before he does it all again. I do wish there was a bit of a he's down, get him moment, but unfortunately it seems like that trope wasn't used here. Now, WB also sent over some footage of an experienced Shark player wrecking shop, so I'll include some footage of their gameplay in this video preview to show what it looks like when someone has played for hundreds of hours versus a couple of hours at a preview event.
Well, I can finally understand. We're gonna stop right here because we want to finish this off. I can understand what they're trying to say, because if you really, a game that kills the heroes, and then what are you gonna think of next? I mean, if you're gonna rewrite a whole new story, at least make it to a point where it connects. I mean, but if it doesn't connect, then I think it's pretty pointless. That why would you create a game that if you really want to kill the heroes, then what's next for the Suicide Squad? Like, what do they do afterwards? I think they took inspiration from the movies and from the comic books, where the Suicide Squad really did do kill the Justice League, which is correct. That's in the comic books, but at least make it to a point where it ties into the lore and to the canon of the DC universe. At this point, it's just they're rewriting everything. They're rewriting off actors, voice actors, and dead actors, and other things, just to make themselves think like, oh, they've got a gold mine here. Well, if you did very well with your Arkham games, at least do well with this one, and make it to a point where fans know that you're doing it right, not just because you think you have the power to do whatever you want. So let's continue this last one. This is what made everything awesome, was this fight between Batman. I'm going to skip some of this part here because they made Batman look a little bit scary here. Let me see if I can get it out. Yeah, let's just stop at this part here. I'm not going to play everything. I'm just going to play like here. Okay, let me see. Right here. There we go. And go.
Hey, Bruce!
Sorry, I think that's a bit of a twitch right here. There we go.
Still using shadows to scare the crap out of us criminals, huh? Don't sweat it. Batman doesn't kill people.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, Batman literally is scary here. Like, look at that.
Are you okay?
Oh my goodness. Freaking ads. Get off. Like, seriously, look at this. They made Batman scary. The first time ever I actually felt uncomfortable playing this game because of this level. Look at that. This is literally a horror game right now.
Go get him, Flash!
What's with the hat, bruh?
Every woman for herself!
Wait, I think I'm having a bit of a twitch here. Hold on a second. Maybe this one should do the trick.
Damn it! He smoked us!
Drones kaput? Grapples kaput? Bat used his darn disruptor on us!
Where are you? Your priority is getting Flash back to the Hall of Justice.
That ain't my priority. Come on, haul your asses to the exit.
Night at the Museum. I like that. That's a pretty good title.
Just take the Aussie, Batman. We'll call it even.
Just take the Aussie Batman. Like, you see, this is the reason why a lot of people were afraid. Oh, see that? Now that's a real horror clip right there. Come on.
What was that?
Of course, it's him!
If you see a bit of a twitch on my screen, then that's nothing. That's just like it's trying to process the clip.
What is happening in there?
What's happening now? Come on. Who's playing this game? Come on, go forward. Ooh, I literally got scared out of that one. Wow, dude. Batman is legit terrifying here. Oh god, I thought that was Batman right there looking. Okay, this guy's not gonna make it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my lord. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. What you guys understand what I'm trying to say is Batman is pretty terrifying here. And I'm gonna end this video here, guys, but I just want to say, you know, Rocksteady Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has a lot of ups and downs. I think the biggest one was these two things where, you know, like here, why would you put Kevin Conroy's picture here when the different titles? I mean, like what? Okay, anyways, yeah, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was I mean, they have its ups and downs. Like sometimes the gameplay may not be to everyone's tea, and the story is okay. There's a lot of cutscenes instead of gameplay, and there's a lot of you know, speculation and a lot of angriness between you know, like here, following his death on 22, the game marks off one of Kevin's final roles. I mean, it's quite sad that you put a whole entire game and the legacy of one man, and the sad part is you like kill him off in a very dumb way. I mean, look at this. He elaborated that because of the concept, the game where any lead character can constantly die and is not a stunt. Some really cool story could come out of that. So this is actually quite sad that you make a legend like Kevin Conroy out to be like the most pathetic kind of hero in this game, and it's just sad, man. It's just sad. You see, it got 5 out of 10 from IGN. It got like what? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10. This one got like 4 stars, 61 out of 100, which is not very good. Like you see, traditional reviews process and not providing reviews. Okay, it was overwhelmingly negative. Everybody hated this game so much to a point, and I can understand because I think 90% is all due to the legend of Kevin Conroy. But what I can say is, guys, is that that's about what I could say about the Justice League. I'm not gonna play this game because it just makes me mad that they took some my favorite hero and made him look like a complete wimp. And nevertheless, I'd like to thank you guys so much for support. Leave your comments below what you think of the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game and what you think about, you know, playing it, because in my country right now it's 306 Malaysian ringgit. That's a lot of money, man, just for one game. But without further ado, thank you guys for support. Leave a like, share, and subscribe, comment on the video too, helps us to improve ourselves, and subscribe to Axios Media for more videos. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye, peace.